Hey everyone, and welcome to my Authors I Am Ashamed to Have Never Read video. There are a lot of very popular authors that I have never read, so today I am going to basically make a video shaming myself into reading these people because I've heard nothing but good things about their work. I just haven't read it for no apparent reason, so let's get on with the shaming because I need shaming for this. I really need shaming for this. First one is Hafsa Faizal. I have owned this book, We Hunt the Flame, which was her debut, for literal years now. I think since it came out, and I still haven't read it yet. My original thought was, oh, I'm going to wait until the film adaptation came out because there was supposed to be a film adaptation, but that is now not happening, if I remember rightly, so I've now got no excuse. So yeah, I should probably get on with this because I've heard amazing things about this series and Hafsa Faizal. And her new series is all about vampires, but I don't want to read that until I've read this, so I need to get on with reading this so I can read about the vampires as well, because she sounds really good. She sounds really good, and I haven't read it yet, and I know I'm missing out, so really need to get on it. There is also T. Kingfisher. I've heard nothing but amazing things about T. Kingfisher, and yet I have not read a single one of her works at all. I mean, admittedly, I've only owned this one for like 2 months now, and I haven't owned any of her previous work, but at the same time, I still haven't borrowed anything from the library. I haven't checked anything out ever before, and it's about time I did. Luckily, Hollow Places is on my TBR for April, and hopefully either the week this uploads or the next week this uploads, I will be reading this book, and then I will at least have read at least one T. Kingfisher book. But the fact that I haven't read one already is absolutely ridiculous, and I am hoping to change that this month because it has been too long not reading T. Kingfisher and hearing so many amazing things about her, but not reading her work, so I'm going to do it. This month is the month. There is also Patrick Ness, and specifically The Knife of Letting Go and the entire Chaos Walking trilogy, which I have owned for 4 or 5 years now. Must be about 5 years now, actually, thinking about it, because I bought these pre-pandemic, so it's got to be at least 5 years. Still haven't read them yet. There was literally a movie adaptation with Tom Holland, one of my favourite actors, and I still haven't watched the movie, and I certainly haven't read the book, so I need to get on that. This is actually on my priority list for the year, so I need to get on with it, because I really do want to read this one, and I really do want to see what Patrick Ness's writing is like. I've heard amazing things about Chaos Walking specifically. I just need to read it. I really need to get on with it. I really need to read him. I need to read this book in specific. I just need to do it. I just need to do it. I need to stop procrastinating because it's massive and just read it. Juno Dawson. I own Wonderland. I also own Her Majesty's Secret Coven. I've read neither. And I really should because my best friend's favourite author is Juno Dawson. And I haven't read a single one of her works yet, despite the fact my best friend has told me to do it. I haven't done it yet. And it's probably time I should, because otherwise my best friend's going to get really annoyed with me. So I should probably get on with reading some Juno Dawson at some point, because I don't want to incur the wrath of my best friend. So I should probably get on with this. S.A. Chakraborty. I've never read S.A. Chakraborty. Despite the fact that I've owned City of Brass for 7 years now, like since like near the beginning of the start of my channel, I still haven't read any of her work yet. Despite the fact that the latest spin-off from this series is about pirates. And I love pirates. And I can't read that until I've read this. But I haven't read this yet, for no apparent reason. So I really need to get on with this and see what all the hype is about with City of Brass, so then I can also read the pirate book. I just need to, I don't know how I've done this. I don't know how this has sat on my shelves for like 7 years and I still haven't read it. I don't know how I've done that. I don't know how I've done that. I'm confused, and I'm just going to be ashamed of myself because that is absolutely ridiculous. I need to get on with it. Then also there is John Scalzi. I have never read a John Scalzi. Despite the fact that I've wanted to for a very long time now, I have never read one. I admittedly only just bought one of his books, specifically Red Shirts. I bought that one recently, which is like a parody on Star Trek. But I also really want to read the Kaiju Preservation Society and then also Starter Villain. And I haven't read a single one of them yet. I've been really actively wanting to read some, like, John Scalzi, and I just haven't done it yet. So I really need to get on with that. Like, really badly, because I own Red Shirts now. I have no excuse. I just need to get on with it. just need to read it. I just need to read it. And then finally there is Rin Chupeco, who I have owned The Bone Witch from for a solid 6-7 years now. And I also own Silver Under Nightfall, which is about vampires again. I've heard nothing but good things about Rin Chupeco's work, and yet I've read none of it. Don't ask me how I've done this. Again, I've owned Bone Witch for a really, really long time, and for some reason I've never picked it up. And now I have a book of hers that's about vampires? Why have I not picked this up yet? I don't understand. I don't understand how I've not picked up Rin Chupeco yet, so I really need to also get on that. I am ashamed I've never read any of her work, because, again, I've heard so many good things about her work, and she's written about vampires, and yet I haven't read it yet. How have I managed to ignore another book by a really popular author about vampires? I don't know. I do not know how I do this. I don't know how I do this to myself. I genuinely don't know how I do this to myself, because these are really popular authors. These stories I'm really, really interested in. I just haven't read them. I don't understand. How have I done this? And now I feel sufficiently shamed. And I hope that this shame is going to lead to me reading these books. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give me a thumbs up. Comment down below, tell me which author I should start with. I'd love to know, so I can hopefully kick this ball rolling and get it going and I actually start reading some of these books. Or if you don't have that much time, leave me a rabbit emoji down below to let me know that you were here. I'll also leave a link as well down below to all my social media if you want to check it out, including to the Comic Book Sanctum, which is my website dedicated to Marvel Comics. I'll also leave a link as well down below to my bookish Etsy store if you want to check that out and treat yourself to something today. Or if you just want to see any more of my videos, please click subscribe here, and over here will be the link to my previous video. But until next time, everyone, bye!